my beloved child. I, Archangel Michael, speak to you in these challenging hours of the world. My dear one, do you know that the world you are living in is not merely experiencing ordinary changes, but is at a crucial crossroads? This transition will deeply impact every heart, every relationship, and every individual. This moment approaches swiftly, and it is not a random event, but part of the divine plan that I and God are guiding. Every trial and difficulty you face holds a purpose and a mission, even if it is not immediately clear. Amid these changes, my beloved child, your relationships with your loved ones may face unexpected hardships. These challenges do not stem from a lack of love, but from external forces, hidden influences that, though unseen, are quietly affecting your heart. Misunderstandings may arise suddenly, and in those moments you may feel heartache, sorrow, or even anger. It is precisely during these times that your spiritual resolve is tested most strongly. However, you must understand that this is the moment when you need to stand firm and be more patient than ever. There are forces you cannot see, forces of confusion and darkness that seek to sow discord and division within your relationships. They aim to drive you apart, to make you lose faith in those you hold dear. These forces may even cause you to feel that all is lost, that these misunderstandings are beyond repair. But I want you to know that these are the very moments when your strength and patience are most needed. Do not let anger seize your heart. Do not let pride or ego overpower your reason and your love. That is why I urge you to remember, you are not just a being in this world, you are a light in the darkness. The patience you demonstrate in these difficult times is the power of a spiritual warrior. You are not fighting against your loved ones. They are not your enemies. Instead, you must confront the negative emotions within your own heart. The anger, the frustration, and even the urge to blame. Learn to listen. Learn to understand and feel the pain of others. You will come to realize that not everyone can bear the weight of these trials as you can. Remember, my beloved, that when one door closes, another will open. Misunderstandings will pass if you are patient enough to listen, generous enough to forgive, and strong enough to hold firm to the truth that I and God have placed before you. Let your love and patience be the tools that mend these wounds, rather than allowing anger to erode the most precious relationships in your life. Always remember, reconciliation is not a compromise with falsehood, but an act of love and acceptance, even when others may not yet understand you. You may not fully understand everything that is happening right now, but I want you to remember that everything has its reason. The world is transforming, and no matter how harsh the trials may be, it is in these moments of testing that you will discover the strength that God has placed within you. Do not let pain defeat you. Do not let misunderstandings build walls between you and those you love. Instead, let these challenges become an opportunity for you to rise, to truly understand the power of love, patience, and forgiveness. Beloved child, even when you feel powerless in these situations, I want you to remember that you are never alone. I will always be by your side, lifting you up when you are weak and guiding you when you are lost. These challenges will never surpass your ability to endure, for I have already taught you how to overcome life's hardships. What truly matters is that you hold steadfastly to your faith, in yourself, in what you are capable of, and in the love you can still offer others, even in the most trying times. Therefore, do not let anger or pride steal the peace from your heart. Let patience and understanding guide you through every difficulty. And remember this, when you choose to stand firm in love, healing will come. The world around you may change and relationships may face trials, But if you keep patience and love alive in your heart, you will overcome all things. And I, Archangel Michael, will always be with you, guiding you step by step on this journey. Listen closely to my words, for every word you speak holds immense power. Each sound you utter, every sentence you share with others, can bring life, peace, and hope, or, on the contrary, can destroy and inflict wounds beyond repair. That is why I urge you, in every conversation and every dialogue, quiet your mind and heart before you speak. Do not let fleeting emotions, anger, or haste cloud your judgment. Choose words that bring life, inspire hope, and nurture trust, rather than words that destroy or harm the relationships you hold dear. The relationships in your life are priceless treasures, bonds of the spirit connecting you with your loved ones. At times, when tensions arise, when your heart feels heavy with disappointment, it may feel easy to lash out with harsh, thoughtless words. But my child, in those very moments, remember that calmness and gentle, loving words have the power to heal even the deepest wounds. Each time you speak words of offense or criticism, it is more than just venting your anger. It is planting seeds of pain. Those seeds will take root, growing into sorrow within your heart and the hearts of others, leaving scars that only time can heal. So, learn to guard your speech. Before entering any conversation, especially those fraught with tension, pause for a moment. Even if brief, take that moment to invite God into your heart. Let Him guide you, granting you the clarity to understand that sometimes silence is more powerful than 1,000 words. You do not need to respond immediately. You do not need to say anything you might later regret. Seek divine guidance, even in the most difficult encounters. Pray, and ask Him for patience, for understanding, and for a heart so full of love that you can see every situation with fairness and clarity. Remember, words are more than mere tools for communication. They are a mission, a vessel carrying the energy of your heart to others. A single word can be a spark that lights up someone's darkest day, or it can be the tiny ember that ignites a destructive fire. That is why, when facing important conversations, always be cautious and sincere. Trust that you are never alone in those moments. When you invite God into your heart, He will guide you through the tension, granting you the stillness of soul to perceive truth and love in every situation and in every word you speak. Do you know, my child, that even when your relationships stand on the brink of collapse, even when misunderstanding and conflict reach their peak, there is always a way forward, always a chance for healing? This is the wisdom of God. He can transform even the most painful conflicts into opportunities for deeper understanding, making your relationships stronger and more profound. If you are patient enough to listen, if you let His love lead you, even in the most difficult conversations, you will find the path to reconciliation and peace. The wisdom of God will help you realize that sometimes words are not the most important thing. At times, it is your listening, your silence, and your respect for silence that become the key to calming the storm of emotions. Never underestimate the power of silence and patience. Do not be quick to react, for in the stillness you will sense His presence. The patience you demonstrate will create space in the hearts of others, a space where misunderstandings can be unraveled, where wounds can be healed. When you face tension, remember that every word, whether from you or from others, has the power to affect your soul. But what matters most is that you do not allow those words to govern your heart. If you choose calmness, if you choose words of love and forgiveness, you will witness their strength. And when you open your heart to receive the guidance of God, you will feel peace and tranquility within your soul. Finally, my beloved child, always remember that every relationship, no matter how strained, can be restored if you are willing to live in God's wisdom. Words can wound, but they can also heal. Let your words always be a source of light, of life, of love and forgiveness. And when you learn to pause, to pray, and to allow God's wisdom to lead you, you will see that the relationships you cherish will grow stronger and be abundantly blessed. My beloved child, as you step into the challenging seasons of life when everything around you seems to erupt and fall into chaos, remember that even in such moments the enemy seeks to attack you. These enemies do not always come from the outside. Sometimes they emerge within your own mind and body. When your spirit is unsettled, when you are pushed into states of anxiety, stress, or when unexpected events steal your peace, your body will respond in its own way. These are the moments when you may feel exhausted, experience unexplained fatigue, or even endure mysterious aches and pains. Sudden illnesses may arise, sometimes due to the invisible weight of stress that has been pressing upon you for far too long without your awareness. Pay attention, my beloved, to these signs that your body is revealing to you. Do not let these signals be ignored or dismissed. When your body is weary, aching, or when the symptoms of stress begin to surface, that is the time to pause and listen. These are reminders from God, His call for you to return to yourself, to care for the body He has given you. Remember, this body is His temple, the instrument He has entrusted to you to fulfill your purpose on this earth. If you do not care for it, if you do not love yourself, how can you continue to stand strong in the face of life's challenges? When your body calls for rest, do not be quick to overlook it. Do not allow yourself to be caught in the endless cycle of work and worry, forgetting to set aside time for yourself. Rest is an essential part of healing and renewal. Give yourself the opportunity to relax, to release the burdens of prolonged stress. Do not feel guilty for taking time to rest, for it is your right, it is necessary for your well-being and long-term happiness. When your body is weary, that is the moment to pause and replenish, so that you may continue walking steadfastly on the journey of your life. Nurture your body with nourishing foods, the wholesome sustenance that God has provided for you. Do not let your body suffer from deprivation, nor allow your mind and body to face the consequences of neglect. You must eat well and drink enough water so that your body can maintain health and clarity of mind. By doing so, you will have the energy and strength to face the challenges ahead. Yet, it is not only your body that needs care, your mind does too. Do not let yourself be consumed by negative thoughts, endless worries, or the flood of troubling news about crises and hardships. Be discerning about what you take in and distance yourself from anything that may harm your spirit. Unhealthy conversations, self-criticism, and feelings of unease will only wear down your mind. Left unchecked, negative thoughts can become the source of deep pain in your heart and body. Therefore, you must learn to create a space of stillness within your soul, guarding it from being overtaken by what is unnecessary. The words of others may affect you, but remember, your strength lies in how you choose to respond. When your mind feels overwhelmed, seek peace within. Pray and call upon God to help you find balance. You may not be able to change your circumstances, but you can change how you face them. Find a space to be still, to rest, and to renew your spiritual energy. Only when your mind is at rest can you master your emotions and overcome life's challenges. When you face trials, whether of the body or the spirit, never forget that God is always by your side, ready to shield and uplift you. He will give you the strength to overcome every obstacle. But to receive His help, You must listen to your body and soul. Care for yourself properly. For when you care for yourself, when you allow yourself to rest and be restored, you are preparing for the great things He has planned for you. My beloved child, in these times of great trials, when the enemy seeks to attack, remember that your strength comes not only from physical health, but from the peace within your soul. When you find that peace, when you let God be your refuge, you will have the power to overcome all things. Keep your heart turned toward Him in every circumstance. Only when you love and care for yourself can you continue this journey, carrying the strength and wisdom that God has bestowed upon you. Always remember, in every step of your life, no fear can shake your faith if you place your whole heart in God and in His eternal protection. Do not let any hardship or trial make you doubt His power. God has appointed me, Archangel Michael, to be your protector in your greatest times of need. I stand beside you, never leaving your side, with the sword of truth in my hand. This sword is not just a weapon. It is a symbol of eternal power, a light that dispels all darkness, a force through which truth triumphs over every lie, every deceit, and every sin. In the moments when you feel weak, when the challenges of life leave you powerless, remember that I am always there. Just one call from you is enough for me to come to your side, bringing you unimaginable strength. I know there will be times when you feel like you can't go on, when it seems as though everything around you is collapsing and there is no support left in this world. But in those very moments, remember that you are never alone. When you feel too weak to face your trials, when the pain and hardship seem too heavy to bear, all you need to do is call my name. I will come to you, granting you the strength to overcome every challenge. Like light piercing through the darkness, I will guide you, leading you through the protection and peace of the Lord. Let me be the shield that guards you from every fear and the attacks of the enemy. When you feel vulnerable, when the threats of this world shake your soul, I will be the steadfast wall around you, allowing no harm to enter your life. In every battle, whether within your heart or in the trials outside, I will stand firm beside you, never allowing you to face it alone. Remember, this protection is not just a promise. It is a sacred covenant from God through me. He has appointed me to help you, to stand with you, and to protect you from all the forces of darkness. In this stormy life, I am your guiding light, your strength and weakness, your hope when you feel lost. Every step you take, every thought, every word you speak is sheltered by my protection. Never forget, my beloved, that this life is not a battle you must fight alone. God has given you the power to stand strong, to overcome, but He has also sent you guardians, angels, who are always by your side, ready to bear every burden you cannot carry. When the world seems to turn its back on you, when trials and pain feel relentless, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel my presence beside you. You are not alone. You may not see me with your eyes, but I am there, in every breeze, in every beam of light, in every moment you find peace within your heart. I am the invisible protection you can feel, the steady hand lifting you in your darkest hours. My beloved, I understand there will be times when you feel lost, unable to find your way. But even in those moments, remember that my help is always near. Nothing can invade your heart when you place your trust in God and let me be your protector. Do not ever be afraid, for when you walk in the light of truth, darkness cannot prevail. When you live by the ways of the Lord and call upon His presence in your life, you will never face the storms without shelter. When you feel that you can no longer carry the weight, remember that I will take all your fears and replace them with peace, the strength for you to stand firm. Every time you face a trial, every time a wave crashes against your weary heart, just one prayer is enough. I will be there to carry you through the storm. I am not only your protector, but also your companion, your guide, the one you can trust, in every moment, through both sorrow and joy. I stand by you not only when you need strength, but in every single moment, whether you see me or not. My presence is unchanging. You may not feel it immediately, but when peace fills your heart, that is when you are truly under my protection. My beloved child, in every season of transition, when you find yourself stepping into a new space, an unfamiliar path, new opportunities are always unfolding before you. Yet, remember this: not all of these opportunities come from a place of goodness, and not all are gifts ordained by God for you. During this time, you will encounter temptations, doors that appear radiant, beckoning you to enter. But not every path is the one you should take. These roads may look alluring, but they do not always lead to the goodness you desire. You may feel a strong urge, like a powerful wave sweeping you away, pushing you to chase after these opportunities, to pursue what seems to be your dreams. But, my beloved, remember that not everything that glitters is gold. Not every opportunity is a gift from God. No matter how dazzling it appears, every opportunity must be tested through discernment and prayer. You must take the time to think carefully, to seek God's guidance, so that He may reveal the right path to you. Do not rush. Do not let the emotions of fleeting moments pull you into decisions you may later regret. Always remember that God desires to guide you in every decision. He never abandons you, nor will He ever allow you to face temptations beyond your strength to overcome. Yet, wisdom in decision-making only comes when you seek His direction, when you pause, quiet your soul, and pray for His light to guide you. Never let the noise of the world, the allure of superficial opportunities make you forget the infinite source of strength you can find in God's guidance. When an opportunity arises, look at it not only with your eyes, but with the insight of your heart. Let your soul perceive the truth behind it, and if necessary, pause your steps to listen for God's voice within your heart. If an opportunity is truly from Him, you will feel a peace that settles deeply within your soul. On the contrary, if it comes from elsewhere, from forces not of God, you will sense unrest, confusion, or unhealthy signs. Never ignore these feelings, for they are the very signs God gives you to protect you from making the wrong choice. My beloved child, life is filled with crossroads, and each decision can lead you to very different outcomes. To avoid losing your way and prevent walking down paths that only bring disappointment and sorrow, you must learn to listen to divine guidance. Let prayer become your habit, the means by which you seek clarity in every decision, both big and small. Only when you let God lead your steps will every decision in your life bring true peace and joy. You must also understand that sometimes the opportunities you long for may not align with the right timing. God knows what is best for you, and He will never let you lack what you truly need. You may not receive what you desire immediately, but trust that everything will come at the right time, according to His grand design. Have faith in the waiting, for within the waiting, you will learn patience, grow in maturity, and gain a deeper understanding of yourself. Let the wisdom of God be the foundation for every choice you make in life. He will never let you stray if you always seek His guidance with each step. The doors that seem inviting, the promises that appear enticing, these may be your trials, Stay alert and discerning. Do not let the temptation of material gain or the dazzle of false promises rob you of the clarity and wisdom that God has placed within you. Always remember that His truth is the light that guides your path, and nothing in this world can compare to the safety and protection that He provides. Finally, beloved child, always keep in mind that every decision you make in life will lead you to an outcome, whether good or bad, but only when you allow God to guide you will every path become clear. Every door will open when you are truly ready, when your heart is prepared, and when you sincerely seek guidance from the Lord. Live with unwavering faith that He is always by your side, watching over your every step, and leading you to opportunities that bring true happiness and peace. Keep your spiritual eyes wide open and pay close attention to the signs that God has carefully placed along your path. Do not carelessly overlook them, for it is through these very signs that He will guide you, showing you the way even in your most uncertain moments. These signs may come as gentle reminders, a sudden word from someone, or even a deep thought arising within your heart. Each sign carries a meaning, a subtle message from the divine to help you navigate the journey of life. One of the most practical ways to learn how to recognize and understand God's signs is through silent reflection. Set aside time each day, even just a few minutes, to sit quietly before Him. Lay down your burdens, your worries, and every confusion of your heart at His feet. As you cultivate this habit, your heart will begin to recognize God's still, small voice. A whisper of peace, a gentle yet powerful guidance. It is in these moments of silence that you will feel His presence, and a peace that surpasses all understanding will embrace your soul. At times, the darkness of uncertainty may cloud your mind, leaving you feeling lost and unsure of which way to go. But do not let fear or confusion overshadow the light of your faith. God's timing is perfect, and He never misses a single moment. Trust that He will illuminate your path at the right time, in the right way, and at the perfect moment. Do not force yourself to decide in the midst of confusion. Do not let haste push you into wrong choices, for this is often how the enemy sows doubt and deception in your heart. Instead of acting from fear, choose to walk in faith. Faith is a lamp that shines even when you cannot see the full path ahead. It is the strength that holds you steady in the storm, and the foundation that helps you move forward with confidence, even when everything around you seems unclear. Believe that God's plan for you is always good. He never intends to harm you. Everything He does is for your benefit and growth. Remember, even when the present feels uncertain, what He is preparing for you ahead is far greater than you can imagine. As you grow in your ability to recognize God's signs, your heart will become more sensitive to His leading. You will notice your steps becoming firmer, your decisions clearer, and peace replacing anxiety. Over time, you will no longer be swept into cycles of wrong choices or misled by the enemy's traps. Instead, you will find yourself walking in God's light, forever surrounded by His peace and guided by His loving hand. Life is full of turning points and crossroads that you cannot foresee, yet it is in those moments of uncertainty that you will learn to trust deeply in the wisdom of the Lord. Hold His words close to your heart, so that every step you take may be illuminated by His truth. In all things, always remember that you are never alone. The Lord is with you, always ready to guide you through every sign He gives. Trust in Him, and you will never lose your way. In these days, life may present you with sudden challenges, including unexpected financial burdens or pressing expenses that leave you feeling confused and anxious. But, my beloved child, do not let these waves shake your firm faith in God's divine provision. Always remember that He is not only the creator of all things, but also the one who cares for every detail of your life. He is Jehovah Jireh, your provider, the merciful and boundless Father, ready to give you all that you need. Look back on the times when you felt there was no way out, yet the Lord made a way. He provided, He guided, and He gave you everything you needed to overcome your struggles. Now, in this season of trial, let those memories become the solid foundation for your faith. Do not let fear take root in your heart, clouding your vision. Fear is a thief that steals the peace God desires for you. But when you place your trust in Him, you will see your worries fade, replaced by peace and hope. However, faith is not only in your prayers, but also in your wise actions. Be a careful and wise steward of what God has entrusted to you. In this time, be thoughtful with every expense, avoiding waste on things that are not truly necessary. Set clear priorities and focus on what is essential and important. Doing so will not only help you maintain financial stability, but also express your gratitude for God's provision. Moreover, open your heart and seek God's guidance before making any major financial decisions. He is the source of all wisdom, and if you sincerely ask, He will show you the way. Do not rush into commitments if you are uncertain. Let your prayers lead each of your steps, and you will experience peace in every decision you make. At the same time, even in your hardest moments, remember that generosity is not limited by your circumstances. Sometimes, giving during your time of need becomes the very opportunity to receive heavenly blessings. Acts of generosity, love, and sharing can open doors you never expected. Trust that God sees your heart and will never overlook what you give with sincerity and faith. In the journey of faith, we may encounter trials and storms that leave our souls weary and confused. Yet, even in those challenging moments, God invites us to shift our gaze toward what is good, starting with a heart full of gratitude. When you feel that gratitude within, let your voice rise from that very heart, strong and sincere. For gratitude is the most powerful weapon you can carry into spiritual battles. It is more than a feeling, it is a declaration of strength, driving every enemy to retreat and causing darkness to shrink before the radiant light of a thankful heart. You cannot foresee the challenges that may arise in the future, but one thing is certain: gratitude will always help you stand firm. When you are grateful for the little things, for every breath, every day of life, and every blessing, whether great or small, you will feel peace within your soul and draw closer to God. Gratitude will bring you nearer to the Lord, for He is the one who has bestowed these gifts and blessings upon you. Let your heart become a song of praise, a voice of thanksgiving each time you face difficulties, rather than letting worries consume your mind. Gratitude will lead you from darkness into light, from fear into faith. In this season, as you walk the path of growing in faith, spiritual signs and experiences may become clearer. You may have vivid dreams or experience a deep spiritual awareness that you have never known before. Never dismiss these experiences, even if their meanings are not immediately clear. The dreams and visions you receive are messages from God. Sometimes He may be trying to tell you something deeply significant, a guidance, a word of comfort, or even a warning. These moments are opportunities for you to listen deeply, to open your heart wider, and to receive God's direction. You do not need to understand everything at once, for understanding may unfold gradually through time, reflection, prayer, and reviewing your experiences. Do not rush to dismiss or doubt your dreams and visions. Instead, write them down. Record the emotions, images, and thoughts they bring to you. Spend time with these experiences in stillness, bringing them before God in your moments of prayer. In the silence of your heart, you will discover the meaning and understanding that God desires to reveal. God may be using these dreams to guide you in a way your heart can comprehend, through images, feelings, and impressions that words cannot fully express. His messages may not always arrive in a clear and direct form. Sometimes they come through symbols or deep sensations that you cannot immediately interpret. But do not be troubled. God will not leave you lost or confused. Whenever you face a vision or a dream, pray and ask God to open your spiritual eyes to understand what He is saying to you. In humility and a heart ready to listen, you will sense His presence and His guidance. Do not let doubt or anxiety hinder your search for His direction. Trust that His messages will reach you in ways that you can understand, and they will never lead you astray. You will come to realize that every message, no matter how vague or mysterious it seems, is a precious gift from God, an offering of protection, comfort, and guidance to help you continue walking in His light. Never take your dreams or visions lightly, for they may hold the keys to new doors in your journey of faith. God's guidance may come to you not only through direct prayer, but also through signs and events in your daily life. What may seem like coincidences could be His divine arrangements, unexpected meetings, or unplanned events that awaken your heart and reveal the beautiful plans He has prepared for you. Hold firm to your faith. Keep your heart open and receive the messages God sends, no matter which path they take to reach you. In every moment, know that He is present, guiding you, protecting you, and loving you. Therefore, let your heart remain grateful, not only in times of peace, but also in the midst of trials. Be thankful for every day you live, for every challenge you overcome, and for every opportunity to draw closer to God. Your dreams, visions, and spiritual experiences will become precious sources of strength and comfort on your journey of faith. And in all things, never forget this truth. Gratitude will always draw you closer to God, lifting you from the shadows into the boundless light of His love and guidance. Beloved child, the life of each person, my dear child, is not a series of random events, but a sacred journey filled with meaning, carefully designed by God from the beginning. Every stage of your life carries a divine purpose that He has ordained, even when you cannot see it clearly. God has drawn your path long before you were born, and every season of your life, whether the spring of promise or the winter of trials, holds His special arrangement. There are seasons meant for your growth, for you to mature and strengthen in your faith. Yet, there are also seasons of refinement, times when you are purified and made worthy of the sacred promises God has prepared for you. Every season in your life is part of God's grand design. Sometimes the season of refinement does not come in the form of easy challenges, but rather in moments when everything around you seems to collapse. It could be times of pain, loss, or when life does not go as you hoped. In those seasons, you may feel stripped of everything, left in a desolate place with no way out. But remember, it is in those very moments that God is working within you. Like a potter shaping a masterpiece from clay, God never abandons you. He knows every difficult moment you endure and stands by your side, guiding you through every trial. Every wound and every sorrow you experience is, in truth, making you stronger, purer, and drawing you closer to Him. But there are not only seasons of refinement. Sometimes God will lead you into seasons of growth and preparation for new breakthroughs. These seasons may come in the form of new opportunities, significant relationships, or challenges that you must overcome to build a strong foundation for your future. In these times you will grow not only in ability but more importantly in spirit. You will feel God's presence clearly, like a hand lifting you with every step you take. He will broaden your vision, helping you see possibilities you never noticed before. These seasons of growth are precious, for they are the moments when you gradually touch the dreams and goals that God has planted in your heart. However, to recognize which season you are in, you must be truly still and listen, for God does not always speak in loud and clear ways. Often, He comes to you in the stillness of the storm, in the silence of your soul, in those moments when you pause and reflect on your journey so far. He will show you signs, gentle reminders, and stirrings in your heart that cannot be explained by reason. It is in these times that your faith becomes vital. You must trust in His guidance, believing that He will never let you stray, even when everything seems uncertain. Responding to God's call is an act of faith and obedience. My beloved child, whenever you face choices in life, whenever you stand before difficult decisions, those are the very moments when God desires to see your faith. You may not know the outcome, but it is in the unknown that your faith is tested. You must walk forward, even without seeing the road ahead, trusting that God is with you and will guide you through every path. Always remember, your decisions, whether great or small, when made in faith and obedience to God, will bear the beautiful fruits that He has already prepared for you. Every season in your life is marked by a sacred intention from God, and in each of those seasons, whether seasons of joy or seasons of trials, God's hand will move in extraordinary ways to shape your destiny. What happens in your life is not a coincidence, but a miraculous arrangement from God. You may not immediately understand why you face these difficulties, but never forget that God always has a higher purpose. He is using every trial, every hardship to refine you, to mold you into the person He created you to be, so that you can fulfill the great things He has prepared for you. So, beloved child, do not be quick to judge your life before seeing the entire picture. Every season holds its own value, and no season is ever wasted. Embrace the seasons of refinement as opportunities to become purer, and welcome the seasons of growth as promises of the good things to come. And through every season, hold fast to your faith in God, for He is working within you, and day by day, He will continue to lead you closer to the promises He has set for you. There are moments in life when God calls you to act immediately, with all your faith and urgency. These are not ordinary moments, nor are they times to hesitate or delay. They are divine appointments, sacred moments where God chooses to directly intervene in your life, leading you on a journey that only steadfast faith can carry you through. His calls in these moments are not mere requests. They are invitations from a loving yet powerful God, a God with a grand plan who desires for you to be an essential part of His great work. When these moments come, you must be fully alert and deeply attuned to His instructions. For in such times, if you allow yourself to be distracted by the noise of life, by its busyness and your daily thoughts, it becomes easy to miss God's calling. His call is not always loud or instantly clear. It may come as a deep stirring within your soul, through a subtle shift in your circumstances, or even through dreams or the guidance of those around you. Yet if you are not spiritually awake, if you do not take time to sit still in God's presence, you could miss the precious signs He is sending you. Remember the story of the prophet Samuel in the Bible. When he was just a young boy serving in the temple, God called him 3 times, but he did not recognize it was God's voice. Samuel heard the call, but thought it was his teacher Eli who was speaking. Only when Eli guided him, telling him it was the Lord calling, did Samuel understand and respond, saying, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." 1 Samuel 3:10. This is a profound lesson for us about spiritual alertness and listening. If Samuel had not had Eli to guide him, he might have missed that pivotal moment of calling. When God calls you, it may not always be easy to discern what he is saying. But if you listen in silence and in prayer, you will begin to recognize his voice. He does not always come with a loud proclamation. Often he speaks with a gentle whisper, like a soft breeze brushing through your soul. This is why you must take time with him, why you must still your heart and mind to perceive his sacred presence. These moments of listening are not always easy, but it is precisely within them that your faith is tested and strengthened. Remember that sacred appointments with God are not something you can postpone until tomorrow, for there are times when he calls you to act immediately. These are the moments when God asks you to walk in faith, without hesitation, without delay. You cannot rely on your reasoning or calculations, but must act because you trust in his absolute guidance. In those moments, even when you cannot see the path ahead, if you follow God's direction, he will make a way for you. Just like the story of Abraham, whom God called to leave his homeland and family to go to a place he would reveal. Abraham did not know where he was going or what the future held, yet he obeyed and stepped out in faith, trusting completely in God's promise. The Lord had promised to make him the father of a great nation, even though Abraham and his wife Sarah had no children at the time. However, Abraham did not hesitate or question. He obeyed and walked forward in absolute trust. Because of his unwavering faith and complete obedience, Abraham became the father of a great nation, and through his lineage, the Savior of the world was born. From this story, you can see that obedience and timely action are of utmost importance in the life of a believer. We may not always see the full plan of God, but trusting him and being ready to act the moment he calls will bring results beyond our expectations. Our decisions in these pivotal moments can shape our entire lives and may even change the course of history. That is why when God calls you to act, you must not delay. Be alert, listen carefully, and be ready to step forward in faith. What God asks may not always be easy to understand, but he is the one who is forever trustworthy. If you follow him, he will never let you lose your way. Always remember, the moments when God calls you to act immediately are sacred appointments he has ordained long before, and when you respond to his call with faith and obedience, you will witness the wonders he will perform in your life. There will be times when everything around you seems to stand still, and you face long, drawn-out seasons of waiting. These moments may leave you weary, impatient, and even feeling like all hope is fading. But remember this: during those times, though it may seem that nothing is changing, God is working powerfully behind the scenes, beyond what your eyes can see. He is preparing everything, arranging the pieces of his grand plan for your life. Every step, every trial, and every silent moment in your waiting season serves a purpose. All of it is part of the journey toward the fulfillment of his promises. You may feel as though you are left alone in the darkness, without the clear light of guidance, yet the most important truth you must hold onto is that these waiting seasons are never in vain. They are not wasted time, but rather the time God uses to work within your heart to prepare you for the great things he has in store. Sometimes, it is only in these moments of waiting that you can see with clarity what you could not perceive before. With his boundless love, God is refining your soul, building within you the strength necessary to face future challenges, and preparing you to fully receive the blessings he has already set apart for you. Though sold into slavery by his own brothers, imprisoned, and enduring countless hardships, Joseph never abandoned his faith in God. Throughout those challenging and painful seasons, there seemed to be no sign that his waiting would bear fruit. Yet it was in those very moments that God was working powerfully, preparing Joseph for a great role in the future, to become the one who would save the nation of Israel from famine. Joseph could not see it at the time, but looking back, he realized that every trial, every suffering, had led him to the grand plan God had prepared for him. And when the appointed time came, he was lifted up to become the governor of Egypt, where he saved not only his family, but an entire nation. When you are in a season of waiting, you may not see the full picture that God is painting. The silent works of his hands, those moments when it feels like nothing is changing, are actually his delicate preparations for your future. He is using this time to shape your heart, refining virtues such as patience, trust, and humility, allowing them to grow deeply within you. Waiting seasons are not wasted moments. They are precious times for you to mature in faith, learning to trust God's timing, even when your understanding is limited. Do not let this waiting season diminish your trust in God. Remember, He is always at work, even when you cannot see His hand. God never abandons you, nor will He ever let your waiting be in vain. Every moment of waiting has a purpose. It is within these very moments that He is preparing you for the extraordinary things that you cannot yet imagine. The key is to remain steadfast in faith, holding firm to His promises. He will not let you be disappointed, but will guide you to the right place at the right time, according to His divine plan. Consider also the story of David. Though anointed by God as king, he waited many years before he actually ascended to the throne. During this waiting period, David faced countless trials, from being hunted by Saul to living a life of hardship and exile. Yet it was precisely through these trials that David learned humility, trust, and absolute submission to God. He understood that everything came from the Lord, and the seasons of difficulty were God's way of preparing him to rule with strength and wisdom. When the appointed time arrived, David was anointed and became a great king, leading Israel into a golden era of prosperity. So, my beloved, if you are in a season of waiting, do not despair. Trust that God is working quietly yet powerfully in your life. Although you may not see His actions immediately, He is preparing you for something great. Hold firmly to your faith and be patient in the waiting, for it is in this time that God will cultivate within you the virtues necessary to fulfill His purpose when the moment comes. Remember, waiting is not a meaningless pause. It is a season rich with growth and preparation for the great things that God is aligning for your life. Wait with unwavering faith, for God will never abandon you, and when He moves, everything will come together perfectly, just as He has planned. In every moment of hardship, never forget that the Lord is your steadfast protector. He has been appointed as your guardian, the one who never leaves your side, even when everything around you seems to collapse. Place your absolute trust in Him, for He will always shield you from the arrows aimed at you by the enemy. No matter how fiercely the enemy attacks, or how severe the trials become, God will not let you fall into their hands. He will protect you, guide you through the difficult times, and strengthen your spirit so that you can endure and overcome every challenge. My beloved child, never view the difficulties of life as insurmountable obstacles. Remember that every trial you face is a precious opportunity to demonstrate your absolute trust in God. It is precisely in those moments when you feel weakest, when you don't know what to do, when it seems there is no way out, that your faith is forged and strengthened the most. Learn to trust in God, even when you cannot see immediate results. Even when you cannot understand everything that is happening, God knows exactly what you need, and He will not let you be in want or lose your way. Therefore, my beloved child, in the darkest hours, in those times when you feel you cannot go on, remember that God is still beside you. He is working in your life in mysterious yet powerful ways. Every trial, every hardship is part of His grand plan that was ordained long before. Let your trust in Him become your strength, your source of energy to keep moving forward without giving up. Never forget that God will never leave you to face these difficulties alone. He is your protector, your shelter, and it is through these very trials that He is fortifying your spirit, so that you may stand firm, grow stronger, and mature in your faith. My beloved child, on this journey of life, there will be seasons when you deeply feel the richness of God's love and care. These moments are not random or fleeting strokes of luck. Rather, they are sacred gifts, clear signs that God is present, watching over you and blessing you with goodness, so that you may continue to live a life worthy of those blessings. When you find yourself living in these times of divine favor, do not forget that they are reminders from God of His boundless goodness. Every blessing, whether small or great, is a testament to His love for you and His unconditional provision in your life. Yet, in these moments of abundant grace, God desires not only for you to receive blessings, but also to understand that with every gift He gives, there comes a responsibility. This is not a heavy burden, but a calling. A calling to live wisely and responsibly with what He has entrusted to you. Look at every blessing as a mark of trust from God. He does not give to you simply for your enjoyment, but He hopes that you will steward these blessings with a humble and grateful heart. When something good comes into your hands, do not rush to use it thoughtlessly for yourself alone. Remember that every good thing from God carries a greater purpose. He wants you to use these blessings not only to build your own life, but also to help and support those around you. Be a wise steward of His gifts. Appreciate them, do not waste them, and share them with others. Whenever possible, God blesses you so that you may become a living testimony of His goodness and kindness. And only when you learn to manage these blessings with a heart full of gratitude and responsibility will you be ready to receive even greater gifts in the future. Beloved child, on your life's journey, whether you are experiencing moments of peace or facing difficult challenges, the most important thing you must hold steadfast is your strong connection with God. He is the source of boundless strength, the light that guides you through the darkness, and the firm comfort when you feel weary. Each day, no matter what season of life you are in, never forget that God is always with you, walking beside you every step of the way, ready to lead and guide you through every trial, challenge, joy, and happiness. Prayer, worship, and living in His Word are not only acts of honoring God, but also ways for you to maintain a deep and intimate relationship with Him. Prayer is how you converse with God, a sacred space where you pour out your heart, your burdens, and your anxieties before Him. In every prayer, you open your heart to receive His guidance, comfort, and loving reminders. When you feel weary, confused, or doubtful, seek God through prayer. He will hear your voice and never abandon you, not even for a single moment. Now, lift up your prayer to Him with all reverence. Heavenly Father, You are the one worthy of all worship and praise. You are the sovereign Lord over all creation. Before the heavens and the earth came to be, You existed, and through all generations, You remain the source of life and the creator of all things. Your love is infinite and boundless. Nothing can ever compare to the love you have for us. Lord, I come before you with a humble heart, earnestly seeking your guidance. I know that in this world, filled with trials and temptations, goodness is often hidden beneath layers that do not come from you. Therefore, I ask you to grant me the gift of discernment, so that I may clearly recognize your voice and distinguish it from the lies of the enemy. I know that true wisdom comes from you, and only when I immerse myself in your word can I discern truth in every situation. Please help me to clearly identify words, thoughts, and actions that do not reflect your true nature. Let me not merely hear words without reflection, but instead choose according to your guidance, keeping my faith steadfast in your truth, so that I will not be deceived by things that may appear attractive, but are not your will. Lord, in every step I take, let me recognize the signs you have placed along my path. Your teachings in Scripture are a shining lamp to guide me on the right path. Keep me firm in your wisdom, so that when faced with difficult choices, I will not be swayed by temptations, but will stand strong in your word, no matter how challenging the circumstances may be. Lord, grant me the courage to refuse temptations that entice me toward the wrong path. Temptation often comes subtly, making it hard to recognize at first, but I trust that if I fix my eyes on your word, I will find clear discernment. Give me the strength to say no to anything that is not of you, anything that draws me away from your presence, no matter how appealing or satisfying it may seem for a moment. Lord, protect me from the enemy's deceitful temptations, lies disguised in sweetness and false promises. Grant me strength and resilience to stand firm in my faith, so that I will never be misled from the path you have set before me. Help me to see that the enemy's lies are only fleeting traps, but your word is the eternal truth that never changes. Lord, I know that in this life I will always face spiritual challenges. The deceitful words of the enemy may bring distraction and cause me to doubt your will. But I pray, Lord, that you will keep my heart steadfast in your peace. Grant me absolute trust in your guidance, so that I may never doubt your truth and righteousness. Let me stand firm, always remembering that you are the just and righteous one, and only you are the source of all truth. Lord, I come before you with a heart full of love and overflowing gratitude, lifting up to you those I hold dear, my beloved family and friends. I know they are precious gifts you have entrusted to me, and now I place them into your loving hands. Lord, please surround them with your eternal protection. Shield them from every danger, hardship, and temptation they may face. Grant them peace under the shelter of your care, that they may not be shaken by the storms of life. Lord, I humbly ask that you bless them abundantly, not only with material provision, but also with spiritual riches. Bestow upon them priceless blessings, joy, peace, and invisible strength to overcome every trial. Open the windows of heaven and pour out your goodness upon them. Grant them serenity within their souls, enduring love in their relationships, and vibrant health to pursue their dreams and aspirations. Lord, please strengthen their faith through every circumstance. In times of difficulty and trial, remind them that you are the one who has promised never to forsake them. Let their faith become a shield, strong and unshakable, guiding them through the darkest valleys so that nothing can weaken their trust in your love and care. Help them see that you are always by their side, ever attentive to their prayers, and ready to answer with infinite mercy. Lord, I pray that you would guide their every step, just as you led your people through winding paths, across vast and harsh deserts. Illuminate their journey with the light of your wisdom and understanding, so they may walk steadfastly in the path you have set before them. Place good friends, faithful mentors, and graceful opportunities along their way, reminding them daily that you are their guide and protector. Lord, I come before you with humility and a heart full of gratitude, laying every worry, fear, and burden that I carry into your hands. I acknowledge that I cannot overcome life's trials by my own strength, but I trust that with you, all things are possible. I release every concern, every anxiety, every sleepless night, and every restless thought into your care. I confess that in my hands everything feels broken and uncertain, but in yours everything becomes whole, right, and filled with peace. Lord, I surrender every plan, every dream, and every personal desire of mine to you. I recognize that although my wishes may seem good in my own eyes, only you know what is truly best for me. You are the one who knows my heart completely, the hidden longings, the silent worries, and even those unspoken hopes I dare not voice. Therefore, I entrust all my plans into your hands, believing that your purpose is always higher and more beautiful than anything I could ever imagine. I give you thanks, O Lord, for the boundless love you have bestowed upon me. In moments of weakness, you have been my strength. When I stumbled, you lifted me up. When I was lost, you became the light that guided me home. I thank you for every breath and every moment of my life, for they are precious gifts from your hand. I give you thanks for your patience and mercy, for you always welcome me with open arms, even when I am unworthy. You never abandon me. Even when I have saddened you, your love remains, ever ready to forgive and help me rise again. I thank you, for you are my Savior, my eternal source of hope and life. I give thanks to Archangel Michael, whom you have sent to protect and fight for righteousness. Mighty Archangel, I thank you for shielding me from all dangers, from the darkness and from the deceits of the enemy. In times of weakness and helplessness, you are my defender, helping me stand firm against every trial. Thank you for fighting on my behalf in spiritual battles unseen by my eyes. Battles that leave me weary, confused, and under attack from every side. Yet, in those moments, you are there, guarding me and leading me to victory over evil. Through you, I know I am never alone, and every challenge can be overcome if I trust in God's protection and your mighty strength. O Archangel Michael, I also thank you for being not only my protector but also my guide in times of confusion and uncertainty. When I lack direction and do not know which path to take, I trust that you will shine the light before me, helping me discern the path God desires for me. Thank you for standing beside me through every season of my life, not only when I am weak, but also when I am strong, helping me persevere in faith and steadfastness through all circumstances. I thank you for helping me discover the strength that God has placed within me. I thank you for helping me overcome my fears, anxieties, and weaknesses, enabling me to walk boldly on the path God has prepared for me. I know that each day of my life is covered by your protection, and with every step I take, you are there, reminding me of the power God has entrusted to me, to live a life filled with faith, hope, and courage. I offer this prayer of gratitude in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss meaningful and life-giving messages from Him. Together, we will grow in faith and live a life fully embraced by His love. Amen.